Hi there! Welcome to the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma and today we are in the garden. It is the 1st of January 2023 and I have a blue sky, sunny day. It's cold, but it's dry and I have to take advantage of as many dry days as possible in the garden. And so today we are going to prune this huge bush right behind me. This is a honeysuckle involcrata, which is the native twinberry here on the Oregon coast. And I'm just going to be taking it down by a third. I brought you down here first to show you the size of the shrub. You can see all of the stick kind of shrub behind me. That is all twinberry. And I like to start at the top, which is where we'll head up there in just a minute. I've got a tarp and hedgers down here ready to go for when I'm ready to migrate downstairs. But we're going to start upstairs with our pruners and start to shape exactly where we want to prune them. So in the winter time, January, February, March, we're pruning all of our new growth, flowering shrubs, perennials, grasses, and evergreens, and fruit trees. So, well, any trees really. And so because we're so wet here, I have to really take advantage of any dry day that I can. I'm starting today on the 1st. So we're gonna get this twinberry done, and if we have time, I'm hoping that I could also get the Himalayan honeysuckle trimmed up as well, and I will show you what that looks like. We have the twinberry right here, and all I'm going to do is take about a third of the shrub off the top to keep the size in check and also take out some dead stuff in the middle just to help encourage airflow. And then if we have time and I can get to it, I want to work on this Himalayan honeysuckle, which throws out brand new canes every spring. And I typically just go in and select about half to maybe only a third of the canes. I just take them out all the way to the bottom and let the other ones stay. And that just encourages airflow and better blooms. While I am working on these shrubs, Spencer's in the front yard taking all of our Christmas lights down. We're both taking advantage of this dry day to get some winter tasks done. So let's get upstairs and get started on these shrubs. Okay, so we're up here at the top. We're actually in the moon garden, and typically there's a bench right here, and it's inside being protected from winter rains, and needs to be cleaned up a little bit. There's some rust on it, and we'll work on that in a little bit. But today we're going to work on this shrub. So it's a little bit hard to tell because I've got the lilac right here with these bigger branches, and then it has some twiggy branches all the way out here. But then behind that is the twinberry, the really tall shrub behind me. And so we're going to take it down. I like to take it down about to my shoulder every year. I skipped last year, so it's a little taller than it normally is, but I'll still be okay to take it down to my shoulder. I like to create a screen from my neighboring, from my neighbors, but I also want to keep it kind of in control, and I definitely want to encourage blooming. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll be using my loppers. I'll be using loppers and my pruners for the upper portion. I also make sure that there's no vines growing on it. There's blackberries that grow up through here, but the roots are intertwined with the twinberry roots, so I can't dig them out. So I just cut them down to the ground so they don't have a chance to grow. Eventually they'll be suppressed enough that they won't keep trying to grow. There's also ferns in here, but today I'm just going to leave the ferns alone. We're going to clean those up in about 2 months. So yeah, again, as usual, when we're trimming shrubs, I have a full tutorial on how to prune your twinberry, so I won't go into a whole lot of detail, but just for a quick reference, you're basically looking for buds like this, a leaf bud, and you're going to cut right above it at the height that you want your shrub to be. I'm looking for dead branches. I'm looking for broken branches. I'm looking for branches that are causing any stress to the plant. Sometimes they're rubbing so hard that they're causing another branch to have damage. These twinberries are kind of twisty, so it's okay that they rub branches a little bit, and they create a great protective area for birds. The hummingbirds really like this plant. They don't nest in it, but they like to be in it. So yeah, I'm looking for anything like that. And of course, blackberry canes. And then I don't let this shrub come into this moon garden space, so I kind of shear it. So it's like a hedged wall screen right here. And then I let the rest of it grow naturally on the other side. So let's just start. The other thing that I look for is any branches that are growing into the middle of the shrub and are not like growing towards the sun. They're just getting tangled up in there. They're not going to produce leaves or flowers, and they just create a clogged airflow. So it's good to just get those out of there. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied with how much we got done on the upper side of the garden. Now we'll head downstairs. I'll flip the camera around and show you what it looks like now. Basically, we just cleaned it up, did some maintenance pruning, and got rid of anything that was broken or dead or just like spindly and not, thriving very well. There wasn't a whole lot to cut out this time, which I'm really glad about. It makes this job super easy. Okay, so here we are You could see all the kind of blunt ends. That's where I pruned. And it gives me kind of a guideline. I go back as far as I can with my loppers, and then I will go downstairs and reach some of these big ones like that one and a few others that I just can't reach from up here safely. But I like to start up here because this gives me a good guideline, and then when I'm downstairs I know where I kind of want to prune to, just to keep the shape in check so it's not all misshapen and weird. This is the pile that I ended up with. Not a whole lot. There's some blackberry vine on there, but mostly just the twigs there. Did a few of the small tiny twigs fall or get caught on the crotches of branches? Yes, they did. Do I care? No, I do not. The hummingbirds and other birds will pick up those little twigs and use them for their nests in just another month or two. And because this is a native and this is kind of a wildland area of our garden, I don't like to over manicure these shrubs. So I just try to keep them in check, help keep them healthy, and I don't overly stress about perfection at all, because nature is her own level of perfection, right? All right, so now we're in the lower garden again. You can see where that screen is that we were just on the other side of that screen. Here's the Twinberry over here on this side, and I'm just gonna try to get her from underneath. I will say that it's probably a really good idea to be wearing safety glasses, but I really don't like wearing them. And when it's cold like this, they just get fogged up and I can't see what I'm doing. So go slow, be careful, or wear safety glasses. Obviously, if this was a commercial production, I would have no choice. It's like an insurance policy. This is my home, and this is how I enjoy pruning. And actually, winter pruning is probably my top 3 favorite tasks to do in the garden. So, you know, I like to go slow and really see what the plant needs and what looks the best for my garden. It's just a whole process that I really enjoy. So anyway, I'm gonna get this Twinberry finished up. If I have to and I can't reach certain areas, I will use my pole pruner. I'm hoping that I won't really need to. It's gone pretty quick so far, so I don't think I'll have to, but there might be like a center point where I just can't reach it safely, and we'll have to use a different tool. Okay, that is that. Feel really good about it. It's checked in size, it's thinned out. I've got all the broken pieces out. Everything's kind of at the same level. Not perfectly manicured, just, you know, nothing super wonky. I am gonna move over to the Himalayan honeysuckle, so let's walk over there. This shrub right here is a Himalayan honeysuckle, and it has the best blooms on it. I've done research on how to prune it, and the way they tell me to prune it, it doesn't perform very well that way. It blooms on new and old wood, but I feel like it blooms better on old wood in my garden. So I'll bring the camera up a little closer. We should be all on one level. Although it's a little tight quarters. There's a fence and there's shrubs on each side, so it's kind of tight in there. But we'll manage. Real quick, I just wanted to share with you what I did prune off the Twinberry. Not a whole lot. It's mostly just really branchy kind of branches that get kind of tangled up in there. And then I just selected branches that were growing straight up out of the shrub and creating a tall canopy. All right, so here we are at the honeysuckle. So our backyard is right here. You recognize the fence in there. And then I've got a lilac right here, and then these arching kind of branches are the Himalayan honeysuckle. And you can kind of see remnants of the flower calyx are still hanging on here. What I was gonna show you is, you could see how bright green this cane is compared to this cane. So let's see if I can get them close together, but you can see bright green, dark brownish green. So what I'm going to do is take out all the canes that look like this all the way down to the crown of the plant, and leave the canes, the main canes that look like this, and see if they do well. And mostly you can see how crowded it is. I just want to shape it up a little bit and give it some airflow. A lot of the older canes are the ones splayed out. And so I think just honing it in a little bit, I think it'll help the plant, and it'll make the space kind of more tidy looking. Take out anything in the dark category. Okay, so something I forgot about this plant is they have hollow stems. And I'm thinking I need to wait a little while longer to trim on this because I don't want the rains to rot out the crown. And when you expose a lot of hollow stems, it has that potential. The rain will just go down the hollow stem and into the crown of the plant and rot it out. What do I mean by hollow stem? See how let's see if I can just cut a piece here. Hello. I'll just cut a piece like this so you could see, so I could show you pretty clearly. You see the hole in the middle of the stem there? That is considered a hollow stem. It goes all the way through. It's like a straw. So anyway, so I'm gonna wait on this guy. So there's a lesson in the garden for you. Pay attention. Don't just go out there and assume you're gonna try to do something. Pay attention to what the plant really needs. And I was kind of just clearing my walking path, and then when I started getting into, okay, where do I want to prune, I started noticing that there's hollow stems. So we're gonna leave it alone, and I don't think the little bit of pruning that I did, you can see that's what I took off, maybe a dozen branches or pieces of branches. I don't think that's gonna do any damage, but if I did any of the really big ones and created a really big hollow stem exposure, that could be a problem. So now my job for the day is totally done. I don't have to do this. I hope that this was inspiring. You got some good hints on how to take care of your plants in the wintertime. And I hope you have a chance to get outside and get in the garden, because, man, it's just what my soul needed after several weeks of just pouring down rain and snow and cold, cold weather. It was just a perfect day to get out here. And a huge blessing to do it on New Year's Day, because it just starts my year off exactly where I want to start my year off, and this is my life. So doing it on the first day of the year is a good kickstart. I wanted to thank you all for watching. I hope that you consider subscribing, liking, ringing the bell, comment, ask any questions, all that good stuff. And until the next video, keep celebrating your life. Bye.